Hi, I'm Carly, and my proposed policy for this class is the creation of women's maternity wards within prisons, within state prisons across the United States, and the creation of programs along with these wards that allow for women who give birth while incarcerated to raise and keep their child with them for up to 3 years of age. So specifically, this policy will allow for women incarcerated for nonviolent crimes with clean prison records who are deemed safe to live in a separate ward and care for their newborn babies for the first few years of their life. This includes breastfeeding, skin-to-skin, and parenting classes, as well as job training and the possibility to earn a high school or college degree. Like many prisons already offer, the baby will have access to all necessary supplies and will not be punished in the same way the incarcerated mother is, which is a huge concern we'll talk about later. The social problem that this policy is aiming to solve is the destruction of family units and mother-child connection by the prison system. The separation is both unhealthy for the mother and the child, as scientifically proven, we'll talk about later. Nationwide, 4% of women in state prisons and 3% of those in federal prisons are pregnant at sentencing. This leaves their families and the professionals and policymakers involved to ask the question, what should happen when the infant is born in prison? Whatever the approach is, the baby's best interest should be the focus of the decision. The state says that the majority of incarcerated women have children, and most of them regain the care for them after they leave prison. So establishing this connection is really important, as well as the training that they are receiving to become good mothers. The goal, of course, is to lower recidivism for the parent and the child of incarcerated parents, to ensure healthy development of the child both emotionally and physically, to give a connection for mothers and children, to reorganize the mother's priorities, and give her the tools she needs to be a better mother after prison and re-enter society. So some of these programs actually exist in one form or another. 9 state women prisons have built nursery programs for pregnant women, including California, Illinois, Indiana, Ohio, Nebraska, New York, South Dakota, Washington, and West Virginia. Many of these programs include daycare services during the day while the inmate completes jobs, chores, and training programs to aid their reentry to society. So it is still a prison. The woman is still incarcerated, and so she has to complete certain tasks and follow certain rules. And if she breaks the prison rules, she'll be removed from the program and separated from her child. So it's actually like an incentive for her to follow the rules so that she can remain with her child, again helping her re-enter society. Advocates of these nurseries say that the bond between a mother and her infant in the first few months following birth has long been seen as the strongest single predictor of the child's future emotional well-being. So studies indicate that when a mother-child bond is disturbed, these children often develop severe problems related to a disorganized attachment pattern and other deviant behaviors. These children not allowed to stay with their mothers may not have a safe home or schooling outside of the prison during this key developmental stage of their life. If there are any threats to the child or the rules are broken, the mother must leave the program, which incentivizes learning and growth. Definitely. So there's actually 2 accounts from real women who have participated in these programs that I'd like to read to you. So one of them says, so having that in the back of your mind, taking care of a child, it kind of gives you a constant reminder. She says, okay, step up, be accountable for your actions, think about what you're doing before you do them, and it's building good habits that will help me be successful when I leave. Another one says, I have a really good bond with my older kids, and I was an active part of their life. I raised them until this last relapse, which led me into all of this, but the bond with him is just different, speaking about her child, she says, and without the program, he would probably be in the system. So again, as social workers, we know the detrimental effects that being raised in the foster care system can have on a child and their attachment. And so our goal is always to keep the child with the family. Some counter arguments include that prison is not a developmentally safe place for a child to grow up, and that separation from a mother can be worse if a connection is already made. But any kind of secure attachment at such a young age for a child is a positive, and it's also been shown through studies that the development physically and emotionally of these children are on par with children who are being raised outside of the prison system, and so those things are not really applicable. Women reported who participated in these studies wanting to know more about effective communication, how children manage stress, finances, drug and alcohol use, self-care, and stress reduction, and they reported high program satisfaction. So I propose that we implement these kinds of words all across prisons in America to lower recidivism and help the development of our youth of America. Thank you so much.